Okay, here we go for Tuesday's lesson. So the first thing, when you get this paper, please put your name on it and your period number. So we'll call this period 7. Please put in whatever period you're in the math class. And this is our lesson on 226 and 227 for periods 2 and 6. Our topic is ratios and proportions. Ratios and proportions. Let's make this a little closer. Okay, so what is a ratio? A ratio is a comparison of two quantities. Ways to represent a ratio. So it would be like A to B, or A over B, or A to B. Okay, so like apples to bananas. How many apples are there compared to how many bananas? And ratios can be simplified. Fractions. And this really, ratios should be. If you can simplify, you must simplify. So ratios can be, should be simplified fractions. Okay, so for example, looking at example 1, trumpets to violin. Here we have a music store, has 40 trumpets, 39 clarinets, 24 violins, 51 flutes, and 16 trombones in stock. Give each as a simplified ratio. So trumpets to violins, there are 40 trumpets and 24 violins. So that would be 40. Notice the 40 goes first. To violins was trumpets to violins. 40 trumpets, 24 violins. Okay, and we look at this and we see that 8 goes into both of those numbers. So when I divide that down, that is 8 goes into that 5 times, and 8 goes into that 3 times. There's my ratio. So it could be written as 5 over 3, 5 dot dot 3, or 5 to 3. Those are all the different ways that could be represented. Now if I look at flutes to clarinets, and we have 51 flutes, that goes first. And we have 39 clarinets, second. That again, these look like they might be prime numbers, they're not. Each can be divided by 3. I'm going to put that one down because this is not as clear. And 51 divided by 3, 51, 3, it goes into that once, with a 3, 2 left over, 1, 17. And 39 divided by 3, once, 3, 0, bring down the 9, 3, 13. So there we have it, 17 to 13. 17 to 13. Or you can write it out. I'm running out of space, so I'm not going to do that one. Trombones to trumpets. Okay, so you're going to put however many trombones to however many trumpets. So we have 16 trombones and we have 40 trumpets. 16 to 40. And common number in both of those is going to be 8. 8 goes into that 2 times. 8 goes into that 5 times. 2 to 5, 2 to 5. Violins to total instruments. Okay, so total instruments means that we add 40 and 39. Actually, let's add the 39 and the 51 first. That's going to give us 10, carry the 1. That's going to give us 90. 90 and 40 is going to be 130. Then we got 16 and 24. Add those two together. So where were we at? 130. And then 16 and 24. 4 and 6 is 0. Carry the 1, and we've got 3, 4. 40, 170. So, violins, 24. Total instruments, 170. And we divide both of those by 2, and we're going to get 12 over 85. No common number in those two. So we have 12 to 85, or 12 to 85. Extended ratios. A comparison of 3 or more quantities. How are they written? A dot dot to B dot dot to C. We would not write those as a fraction. It would not make sense. We can't. So that would be an extended ratio. Now, how do we actually use those extended ratios? So if you're, or any of these ratios. So let's take a look at the examples. Using ratios to find angles and sides. The ratio of two complementary angles is 3 to 7. Okay, so complementary angles are 90-degree angles. It's 90 degrees. So that ratio is 3 to 7. Find the measures of both angles. So we'd do 3x plus 7x, and what does it have to equal? 90. 10x equals 90. And we have x equals 9. We plug that back in. The angle measures are going to be 3 times 9. It's going to be 27. And then we have 7 times 9 is 63. So the measure of the angles, the measure of the angles is 27 degrees and 63 degrees. Same thing over here. The ratio of two supplementary angles. Supplementary angles equal 180 degrees. So 4x plus 1x equals 180. Put that together. 5x equals 180. Divide by 5. And 180 divided by 5 is going to give us 3. That's 15. We subtract that. We get 3. That's 30. We get 6. That's going to be 30, and that's going to stop that there. So x equals 36. Now we're not done. We plug it back in. So the angle measures are 36 degrees for the 1x, and then 4 times 36, which is 144 for the 4x. And there's our answers. Now if we look at this last one, these other two, we're doing the exact same things. Measures of the angles in a triangle is 180. 4x plus 7x plus 9x equals 180. 20x equals 180. X equals 9. Plug it in and get the measure of the angles. So the measure of the angles, dot, dot, that's going to be 4 times 9 is 36 degrees. 7 times 9 is 63 degrees. And 9 times 9 81 degrees. And if we added those all up, we can see that they're going to come to 180. Same thing over here, 11x plus 2x plus 5x equals 180. 11 and 2 is 13 and 5 is 18x equals 180. Divide that out and we get x equals 10. So the angle measures are 11 times 10, 110 degrees. And then we're going to have 20 degrees. And 5 times 10 is 50 degrees. Okay, that's today's lesson. Good luck.